Check, check. All right, all right. Oh, God, that song. I need to get that song off my playlist. I always click that damn song. I don't want to talk over that song. Okay, what's up, guys? What's up? So, a lot of weird stuff happened today, man. Oh, my God, dude. Wow. This story is taking some turns, okay? And I'm so fucking glad that I sat and tried my ass off to slow people down on this. Tell them to consider evidence because of how things will turn out, man. Like, wow. Okay, now, there's already an anti-UNIRock campaign going on everywhere on social media from people that I never thought would do that. Because, man, if I'm such a liar, if I'm so wrong, if I'm so bad, if I'm doing all these things, why are you worried about what I got to say? Oh, it could be because I tend to show you why I say what I say. Maybe you need an anti-UNIRock campaign if dude probably going to show you why he says what he says. You're probably going to need an anti-UNIRock campaign eventually, aren't you? Yeah, you will. So here's what's up. I'm going to try to get this out live now. But I'm going to refer you to the videos that I put up this week because it's Sunday. Is it Sunday? It's Sunday. I wanted to make sure when you stream like I do, you never know what day it is. Really. You could just be wrong. And all of a sudden, it could just be a different day of the week when you wake up. You don't know. You don't know what happened. Did I stream for 30 hours yesterday? No, 40. Oh, wow. Okay. So I talked to Katie on the phone. And it was surprising. It went completely different than what I thought it would. She didn't even sound nervous to talk to me at first. She was really, really honest, which was weird because everybody tells me that she's a bold-faced liar. Ever since I started down this story, I told you guys, see, I kept giving you my gut feeling, but when I would give you my gut feeling on stuff, I would be pushed back on by people. They'd be like, oh, she's never going to talk to you. And I'm like, really? Because I've done story. I would believe that. Nice transition. Nice song, Busy. Oh, yeah. You know what you're doing tonight, man. Yeah, you keep running that soundboard, big guy. Okay. Anyway, when my gut feeling would tell me something about the story, I'd have a little bit of pushback. Like, nah, she's not ever going to talk to you. And it's like, oh, okay, whatevs. Well, no, she's hoping to talk to me. And I hope we get to talk again because my, oh my, what in the world? I've got to literally process this for at least like a few hours. I've had time to process it. I've had a couple hours to process it, or at least an hour, I think. No, a couple. But anyway, there was just so much there. And it didn't take long to tell me. So basically, I got the other side of the non sequitur situation because Kyle Curtis doesn't know how to talk to people. Who would have thought? Hey, Busy, can you do me a solid? Play like a crowd clapping sound or something. Do you mind? That works. Can you do the clapping next time, please? That was laughing. He doesn't have human emotions, my sound engineer, so that's why. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. He doesn't know the difference. Anyway, Kyle is really bad at talking, obviously. Whoa. What was that? Did you hear that? Rachel? You didn't hear that? Huh. Well, that was weird, dude. Hold up. Something really weird just happened outside, but I'm streaming, so I just need to keep talking to you. I apologize. This is live, y'all. These things happen. Okay. So I got the other side of the non sequitur situation, and I can't tell you certain details, obviously, because of what I talked to her about. Of course, eventually I'll tell you everything I talked to her about, but I want to be, respectful. Some of the stuff was personal, and you'll get it all eventually, but First thing I'm going to say is, let's start with the suckiest, like, worst possible thing to talk about. Let's get it out of the way. First off, I need to apologize to Katie and to the community, all of you, over a piece of the story. And I don't like, YouTube doesn't like us talking about this stuff. So, you know what I'm talking about. The sexual harassment part of the story on social media. Well, you see, I'd went out and gotten that part of the story, and everything's been so busy. Everybody's exploding, so I'm sure people will respond as they see fit. They're more than welcome to. But what I learned was I was given screenshots, okay? When I was prepping my versus mode, I try not to have people talk about certain things on my channel because I want to respect YouTube's terms of service, and I want to respect the algorithm, right? I want to try my best not to do things that YouTube straight says will get your channel restricted, because then you're not going to get views. So why do a video if no one can see it, no one can search it, you know? So I didn't go deep into that for that reason, but I also don't go deep into it because I don't like that type of stuff on my channel. If it's part of a story, we'll try to talk about it, but I want to respect all sides, the police process, the factual process of it. I like, you know, I think you should believe people, but you should also believe both sides. You should also be very responsible in those situations. Make sure you offer help to people on both sides that need it and everything else. So you get what I'm saying. I am going to apologize, though, because I thought that the claim revolved around a Twitter conversation, but in reality, it did not. Now, I need to figure out what I'm going to do about one of my videos. One of my videos on this channel breaks down that situation. So tomorrow, I'm going to go on my channel and I'm going to edit that video. YouTube offers us live editing features. If we need to take something out of a video, if we need to blur something, if we need to take out a song, it gives us an editing. I don't know if it does it for every channel, but for partners, we have the ability to edit out things from videos if we need to. It's not the most perfect process. It takes like hours after you do it. Sometimes it doesn't work. So what I'm going to do tomorrow, I'm going to find the video where I talked about this. And since I got it wrong, I'm going to completely cut that part out of the video. In the About section, I'm going to let people know that I did that. And if I can add a text box through the YouTube editor, I will, to let them know in the video also what happened. And I'm going to refer them to a new video that I do that will fix this. But first, I'm going to apologize to Katie Paulson. And Katie understands now. I did try to reach out to her through Twitter. I didn't realize that I couldn't tag her or something. I think she had blocked me maybe while I was messaging her or something, because like it went through, but it didn't go through at the same time. And then I tagged her, of course, but she wouldn't have seen it if she blocked me. I don't blame her for blocking me, because I put out some information that I thought that I'd fact-checked. I thought that I vetted. It turned out not to be correct. So the whole claim is what I thought in my original video, and I would refer you to watch my original video before I edit it down and edit it out if you want to see what I was originally given. But the reason I drew that conclusion, just so you know, was because I was given screenshots, and I was told that those screenshots represented the conversation. On Twitter, that was being alleged that this incident happened in. And it turns out I was wrong. And I believe Katie that it happened in a conversation. I'm not saying what I believe. I'm not saying what I don't believe. What I'm telling you is I'm not offering an opinion on whether or not all the details on it. I am telling you to listen to the people involved. They're the only ones that can give information on this, and that I was wrong when I did my video due to the fact of going off of bad information that was given to me that seemed checkable and vettable. I even took the screenshots I had and went and looked. I didn't just trust the screenshots. I went to the conversation on Twitter. I took the data in the screenshots from Twitter, looked at the date, looked at all that, and then went to Twitter and found the conversation. Do you see what I'm saying? To make sure that I could get as much information as possible. But since the actual incident that Katie is stating did not happen on Twitter and it happened in a phone call, I apologize to Katie. I take back everything I said about it, and I must now think about that in the future and decide all that stuff again with correct info. So I'm going to wait till we have more of a statement, more of a whatever. So yes, I retract everything about that. And you can understand, I think, because I got where did I get the screenshots from? Steve put them in the current live stream room, and I don't think Steve was, I'm not saying Steve did anything. I'm not saying why Steve did what he did. I'm not alleging Steve did anything there. I'm just stating what happened. That's what happened. That's all I got. Okay? I apologize to Katie for that. I did it straight to her on the phone because after talking to her, I deserve to, right? It's the right thing to do. I truly do feel that way too. It sucks that happened. I take my responsibility for my part of it. I should have tried to vet it further, even though I did at the time think I'd done everything in my power to vet it. I was wrong. I could have vetted it further, and I'm sorry. Okay. Now, after talking to her also, you know what? Before we go on to anything else that I want to address, I want to talk about this entire thing that happened with Leslie. Now, yesterday I went live here and I talked to you about why it's important that we have confirmation and how I don't agree with Steve. I think we need confirmation, and I think that, you know, I don't know how you can be whatever it is about it without it. You got me? That's all I can say, because if I say it any different, people are going to shit on me, so I'll just do that for now until I do my video where I elaborate fully. When you do live streams, you are saying everything live. You have to remember everything you want to say, and you got to, you know, do your best to do that. So when you do your edited videos, I literally write the script, read the script, check the script. The edited video will give you a much more complete. I won't forget any parts of it. I won't misspeak anything. I won't misarrange any sentences. Okay. So with the Leslie Bass thing that I put out yesterday, here's what's up. For one, I was trying to stress to her that I needed that for a video, which I did. But once I saw it, I came to some realizations. And I want to straighten that out because there is a campaign. Let me state it this way. If there wasn't a campaign on Twitter that if they would have just listened to what I said, instead of acting like I was calling someone a liar or putting someone down or doing whatever they said I was, if they would have just listened to what I said, not added shit to it, not took shit away from it, I wouldn't even be saying this right now. But because there's an active campaign, drag me through the mud over that, I'm going to tell you what happened. And it's sucky. But basically, with his words and just, you know what, I won't even talk about it with Leslie's words. With his words alone, this is from yesterday, we weren't able to really find out what was going on with Leslie's channel until like yesterday. She's kind of been busy with other things. No one's playing semantics. I found out her video was what was under review, which led to a community strike. What are you talking about? A strike is filed by a damn bot, right? Things can trigger a strike. A video doesn't go under review until somebody appeals a strike, right? So I tagged Leslie last night on Twitter and let her know that a channel being under review has to do with whether or not you're trying to get monetized. You got to get 1,000 subscribers. You got to have 4,000 watch hours. Then you apply for monetization, and then it'll tell you your channel is now under review. We will let you know if you gain monetization when it happens. That's what that term means for YouTube. And I understand if you don't know that and you're just stating what you read on an email, you're not lying. You're not doing all that. That's not what I was saying anyway. I just want to correct this, but I want to also point out something in this. I found out her video was what was under review. No, her video wasn't under review. Her video either has a strike and she's appealing it, waiting for a team at YouTube to sit down, watch the video, and either forgive the strike or leave the strike on, or she doesn't appeal the video and the strike stays there for the amount of the strike, which a strike is on there for 90 days. Here's some more information for those of you who want to try to twist the situation or mold the situation or only pull pieces of the situation that help a narrative or whatever. You got me there? When you get one strike, it's just considered a warning. It stays on your channel for 90 days, but it's a warning. You still can stream, you still can upload. We know that because I had a strike from a certain washed up YouTuber, if you know what I mean there, right? Little play on words, if you get my drift. Now, her last name sounds like washed up, okay? You could say her name really fast and it would sound like washed up. All right, you remember. I got a strike from her. I didn't lose my stream. I could still upload. Now, I appealed the strike. 2 weeks later, strike goes away. Simple as that. Now, I got another strike, appealed it. It went away in 1 day, but I could still stream and I could still upload. The total number of strikes on your channel that, that haven't exhausted themselves after 90 days or been appealed, 1 is a warning. You can still upload. You can still stream. Everybody's happy. Doesn't matter. You can try to go live, and there's a lot of reasons why you won't go live, right? It could be a strike, or it could be that you have things messed up on your channel. It could be that you have your live streaming disabled for some reason. There's other things that can disable your live streaming too, okay? Also, let's go a little further with that. If you get 2 strikes, you'll be down for 7 days. I just confirmed this. I just went and looked in the YouTube system and confirmed this. 7 days. So I got 1 strike. It expires in 90 days. Well, 45 days later, I get another strike. Now I can't upload for a week and I can't go live for a week. But after that week's over, I can do whatever I want. But if I get 3 strikes, you get 1 more, I lose my channel. But what happens if time goes by and I go down to 2 strikes to 1? When I get another strike, it'll go up to 2 and I won't lose my channel. You get it? You have to be within that 90-day period and strikes will go off your channel. Why am I telling you this? Because everybody's confused about this. You don't have to be confused about this. You can just look this stuff up, but you need to read what it says. Some people are looking at how YouTube isn't really that good. And this, honestly, YouTube, I'm not putting you down. I love you. I work for you. I don't want you to get mad at me. I want us to keep our date this weekend, YouTube. But anyway, I'm so dumb. Their formatting on their text is bad. So sometimes when it says like first strike, it'll say first strike right here. You read a little bit, then they'll start going into the second strike. And if you don't, now they don't put the second strike in bold like they did first strike. So it's confusing people, but I can assure you that YouTube has not changed their strikes in the last few days, according to what I just read on YouTube's help system. Now, if something changed, I'll update it later. Does this matter to the story? Oh, hell no. So where does things sit right now where it does matter to the story and it makes things really sucky? Here's what's up. And it does make things very sucky because it turns out so here's what happened. How do you spell nicotine? Because I always misspell this. Oh, there's no E? Oh, it's an I? Oh my gosh, that just sounds weird. If you like our show, you know how to support us, don't you? www.paypal.me/UNIRock. All right. So, I need my notes. What am I doing? Hold on. I knew I transitioned for a reason. Okay. So, here's what's up. Steve did a stream and it was titled something. Hold up, let me find it. I'm a ding-dong, bro. I'm such a ding-dong, bro. I know it's in my live stream room here. Okay, Leslie Bass super chat drive for her family to show Katie Joy Paulson, we will not be silenced. Now, there's an issue with this stream, and everybody is telling everyone what the issue is and that UNIRock sucks and all of this. Well, pretty bad idea to go on damage control over this because I got a hold of Leslie's video. Now, here's what happened. So I have context. Steve came to me and told me about how Katie had struck down Leslie's video, right? And he brought me the thing that Katie put out that said, go if you guys will, whatever. Okay, I'm not going to act like I'm going to read it. It's in my video versus mode, but it's her telling her audience to strike videos that harass her, right? And Steve brought me a video. He told me about a video from Leslie that got struck and taken down. So, of course, I can't watch the video if it's been struck. If a video gets struck, it goes down. It only comes back up if the strike is appealed. It only comes back up when the strike goes away, okay? You got me there? So, I couldn't go watch the video. At least that's what I was told by Steve. It was struck. It was down, okay? Katie did that. That's why you need to do a video, Uni. Will you do the video, Uni? Sure, he asked me to. You heard him. It was live. He did ask me to do a video. Versus mode. Then, did you remember I said, I don't even think I'm going to do a part 2. What was his statement live there? No, you need to do a part 3, part 4, part 5, part 6. He said this himself, okay? I'm not putting him down. I'm just reporting on this from now on, okay? He does a good job of doing all that himself right now for some stupid reason. So anyway, he asked me to do the video. I said, I'll do a video, versus mode, of course, which now I'm going to have to watch it and see if, there's anything I need to work on about it after everything I know now. But, I talked to Cheshire last night. Supposedly, people think that I wasn't taking in information. They're lying. I actually am 100% confirmed that that's bullshit, because my current live stream room for the stream that they are claiming I wouldn't take in information for was open. They were in my Discord. They could have put anything they wanted to in the current live stream room, and I've got screenshots that prove that I was looking there, saw that they had put one thing there, and I did tell you on that stream that they're saying I didn't listen to them for, didn't update on, exactly what they put in my current live stream room. So keep on with the narratives. It only ends up hurting you in the long run. Back to what I was saying. So anyway, the strike. So Katie Paulson's video, Katie Paulson striking Leslie's video, allegedly, right? Which we already know she did, but her striking Leslie's video, and Leslie's video going down was more of a catalyst to drive the community in. I report on false strikes all the time because I hate false strikes. It brought the community up. People rushed in. They're flipping out. They're like, oh my God, I can't believe Katie did that. The issue is I was just told that it was a criticism video. It wasn't. Once I found out what was in that video, I'm not putting Leslie down. I think Leslie didn't realize what she was saying or something, but it was just bad. I'm not going to make excuses for it. It's really bad. Like if I were to say those things right now to a mother about a sick kid, and YouTube would strike my video right now. There's a reason for community guidelines, and you can't break them. If you break them, you're going to get a strike. That's why they're there. I invite you to watch Leslie's video, and then you yourself can decide whether she deserved to have the strike or not. But if Leslie deserved to have that strike, why did the title of Steve's stream say something crazy like Leslie Bass super chat drive for her family? Well, let me just show you. Leslie Bass super chat drive for her family to show Katie Paulson we will not silenced. That's just a little weird, isn't it? So the premise for people donating money is that Leslie had a big mean creator strike her down, and she's silenced, so she needs the money, right? And I don't mind. I think it's great if you try to help people get money for Christmas. I think that's excellent. I just think that if you go and watch the super chat video, the entire conversation centers around how Katie Paulson's the big mean bad guy, and she's this evil person that did this to Leslie. Katie Paulson didn't do this to Leslie, factually, provably. If you can go watch the video, right? Go watch Leslie's video. Katie Paulson didn't do this to Leslie. Leslie did. She accused in that video. She said, and I quote, that Katie had Munchausen's syndromes, and she compared it to another lady with Munchausen's by proxy or whatever it is. Munchausen's says that that Katie's son isn't sick, and that Katie is faking her son being sick so that Katie can make money. The fraud Medicare was brought up. All this crazy stuff was brought up. But mostly, what does it sound like was brought up in that video? The children, right? Now, I agree the children shouldn't be brought up, especially used for entertainment or whatever it may be, or for vengeance or any of that. But the point is, Isn't that weird that, you know, the video that got struck down on Leslie's channel is just over and over and over, community guideline strike after community guideline strike, saying all these evil things about Katie's son. Everyone I've asked who's seen the video, or even just like part of it, they've said to me, I would have struck that. I wouldn't let someone say that about me or my kid either, especially my kid. You say it about me, I'm not going to strike it, but my kid. Now, I'm against strikes. I think you shouldn't censor people, but I do know that YouTube has to have a system for people to be able to report videos, especially videos that are of an extreme nature. You got to be able to ask yourself this question. If you think that video being struck is some type of censorship or whatever, you've basically admitting that anyone on YouTube can just bring up every sick kid in the world and just create a conspiracy theory in the snap of a finger that kid isn't sick with no facts, no evidence, nothing. Then on top of that, you think that people should be able to accuse the mother of the one trying to make the kid seem like that. Just a horrible. I could list more and more and more things about the video. But my point is, this isn't to be mean, and I'm not trying to stir the pot. But the issue is, if the strike was justified, then it's not Katie's fault that it was struck. Katie, for some reason, has a hard time conveying this, but it could be, I think, because she's reading her chat instead of thinking about what she wants to say, slowly, methodically talking to her audience. She's looking at the live chat. She's letting the live chat bother her. That's why I turned on my member chat, by the way. Every time I streamed on Periscope yesterday or today, just a crazy troll fest. Not everybody, some people. So I think Katie should stream without using the super chat, the live chat, and actually have a chance to speak without being distracted, without having that in her face, without having that issue. You get my drift? So anyway, the question that's out there, that's being put out there, is that UNIRock is saying all these bad and horrible, crazy things. I'm telling you that there needs to be, instead of just having a rush to stream, a rush to blame, a rush to crazy, I'm telling you it should be a slow roll. I'm telling you we should find out why the video went down and if it was a false strike at all before we blame it as a false strike, before we say it was Katie's fault, right? You have to know what was in the video to even make up your mind before you say that it's false and before you say that it's bad and that it was because if you upload to your YouTube channel, you saying these things about the YouTube, that lady that runs YouTube and her kids, if you did that, you would get struck down and get a strike, if not deleted, for God's sakes. So is that your fault? Is that Katie's fault? Instead of just placing blame, logically think about where the blame goes and be methodical. Be smart. For God's sakes, what happened to logic? What happened to reason? What happened to opinions being valid? What happened to us just being able to discuss what's going on and come to a valid conclusion, logical conclusion? Well, that's thrown out the window because certain people want to hate certain other people in this situation. Whoever fucked up needs to be called out for it. Simple as that. It should be proven, it should be shown, and we should move on. Simple as that. So anyway, there's an issue though, because if you want to go watch Leslie's video, you're going to see some, you know what's crazy? Let me just show you this shit. This is just nutso. The story gets deeper and deeper and deeper. So here we go. So here we go. Yeah, collecting all the facts before acting, very important. Good advice for the people that need it. So this is Leslie's channel. Now, I went to find the video in question. I thought, you know, for this stream, I'll go ahead and play some of it because it was up yesterday. The video was up yesterday. It's been up on Leslie's channel. It got deleted right here with evidence on 12/14, December 14th. Now, how does this video... Hey, thanks for joining, Carl. How does this video get deleted from Leslie's channel on December 14th? I'm just asking a question. How does this video get deleted from Leslie's channel on December 14th? I need an answer for this eventually. How does this I'm not saying Leslie has to answer me. How does this video get deleted on December 14th when it was supposedly struck down this entire time? You know, it's a good question. I'm just saying. Sorry, Carl. You can rewind it, though, my dude. You got me right here. Are you following me there, my peeps? There are too many of these weird things that don't add up. And if Leslie's video isn't struck down on your channel as it's been claimed to be this entire time, if it's not, I'm not saying you don't have a strike. That video is not struck down. Why did the video get deleted yesterday? What was the choice? What was the thought behind that? And like, just so many weird things, right? I want to be able to play certain parts of this video because then it would exercise how bad that video was. It was really bad, in my opinion. It's really messed up, honestly. It's either a complete fucking troll or it's just a complete lie. One of the two. But to say that, you know, all these things about Katie's son and stuff and all that, I think it's hypocritical then to complain about. I think it was Steve who said that I was bringing the kids into this for money or for views or something of that nature. He did say that on Twitter. He said a lot worse than that lately. So my whole point is, though, the same people who seem to be acting like they don't want you to bring the kids up because of XYZ, they're the ones actually bringing these kids up. Because how do you celebrate that video that got taken down? How do you celebrate it? Why do you honor the video that attacked Katie when it was that bad? It just attacked her kid. It did, factually. And Katie. And no matter what you think of Katie, why do that? What did the kid do? And what does that say about people that are willing to go that far just over an internet spat? But even worse, I got a lot of details about the whole non sequitur situation that I could go through with a fine-tooth comb for weeks. And probably, like, I could say this after getting both sides. I'm not believing one side over the other. Let's just put both sides there and hearing what they're saying and take in what they're saying. Damn, you know what feels good? Having both sides of a situation in front of you so that when you make up your mind, you're not so biased that somebody can basically rule a community with lies and bullshit for months and months and months and turn into a tyrant. Because that's the accusation. The accusation is that Katie's the tyrant. Well, her accusation is that Steve is the tyrant. So what makes more sense? Where is more evidence pointing to who is being the tyrant in the situation? That's what you have to ask yourself. I'm not going to lead you there. I'm not going to walk you step by step by step through everything, but I will help you with the major points in my videos I put up soon. I will criticize each side as I promised, but I now have to go back and rethink everything. And then after it's done, I'm going to have to rethink everything about the non sequitur situation. Because, yeah, Kyle messed up. He handled it really bad. But it turns out there was a lot of stuff that just wasn't said that should have been said. A lot. And some of those videos are still up and checkable because I saw them. So there's just more to every story, right? It turns out that it's not just one-sided. One side didn't just do this and the other side did that. Both sides are doing things in these situations. And when you go in and you act like one side is morally superior to the other, or this side should be having this happen or that happen, and then you neglect to tell people what the side is, well, that's what you've got going on. You've got a big mass of people. They're hearing one thing, and they're being conditioned because of that to hate the other side. It's even to the point where I can't even tell people, yeah, I'm going to call Katie and finally talk to her so I can get, ready for my final summation of versus mode, the video I'm doing. I can't even tell people I'm doing that without them bugging out about how I'm going to talk to Katie. They should be excited about me talking to Katie. They should want me to have both sides. Now I know why they didn't want me to talk to Katie. Katie has some evidence of her own. Katie has some updates to some of the stories of her own. So what I said that I think upset a lot of people on Periscope today, I said that, you know, what do we have, once again, what do we have against Katie? Well, we've got the whole thing I talked about in the very beginning of this, the whole you-know-what thing, right? Well, it turns out I can't just discount that anymore. It's basically now a valid claim from someone and a valid defense from another person, right? This person did this. No, I didn't do it. That's what you've got there, right? Her accusing him, you don't know until you've got facts to go one way or the other. It's not a bad thing. It's not a good thing. We just don't know because we don't have facts. We don't know if it's wrong. We don't know if it's right. Not holding that against him or her. So I'm taking everyone that says, but she accused him of that. It's out the window. You want to get me some evidence? I'll listen. But until then, it's out the window. Let's take the strike that we talked about that really rallied people against Katie. Let's take that into account. Let's take that into effect. Got me? So, did Katie strike Leslie unjustly, unfairly, and outside of the rules of YouTube to where she needs to be called out and exposed for doing it? No. If anything, Leslie got away easy because I am surprised after seeing the content of Leslie's video that YouTube didn't delete her whole channel. It literally borderlines some really, all the rules of YouTube. There's several that are broken. Do you know that if you do that, if you do make a video right now and you bring up someone else's kid and you literally insult the kid and tell people the kid's not sick, tell people the kid's faking it, which is what was said in the damn video. That's what Munchausen's by proxy is, people. You got me? Let alone accusing an adult like that, but saying it about a kid, it is a violation of community guidelines. That's why the strike supposedly went through. And even though it didn't get deleted until yesterday, I don't know. YouTube system acts really weird when it concerns those guys. God knows in the end of the story what the real truth is about this channel and where the strike went, how the strike went, and what happened. But one thing's for sure. That whole bit of data should have been given in the donate super chats to hate Katie stream. Because if you listen to it, that's what it was. It was, we can't stream, so she's had her livelihood taken away. She can't really make money, so you need to donate. I don't care if you donate, by the way, to somebody for Christmas. I just don't know why. Why wasn't the truth put out? Why wasn't real discussion happening? Why wasn't unbiased truth? Why was it that the only talking points bashed Katie or the only talking points made her seem like she did it? Why didn't anybody talk about what was said in these videos that were taken down? You see where I'm going? Because it's the truth. These things did need to be talked about. That's the truth. Then you've got, I could go so many more different places, man. You've got an uncharacteristic defense of Steve McRae from people that normally would be logical, that I can't figure out, that I want to figure out because I would like to be able to stay friends with certain people. But you know, you're only harming Steve when you keep freaking making excuses for him to get away with this stuff. In the end, the only true friend that he's ever going to have in this is the guy that stood up and called him out for his BS. But he'll end up losing that one in the process, and he'll be stuck with the ones that are too scared to really tell him how it is. And if that's what you want, that's good. That's all good. Get it. But I'm not going to let people literally harass, bully, and disguise it as an expose. An expose is a listing of what's going on. Provably, a listing of facts that shows evidence that's there, that makes good logical arguments, puts it out, and then moves on. That's an expose. What turns an expose into harassment? Oh, I don't know. Maybe you could go to the Great Debate community and watch the video that happened today where they're literally just making fun of her. They're literally just putting her down, and it's not become about exposing any type. When you look, the other side now, regardless of what Katie's done, and it'll be up to Katie to apologize for anything she did wrong, right? We will talk about this in my edited videos that are coming out. But my point is, I'm done supporting the guy that's continually harassing Katie. I'm done supporting him. I'm not anymore. He is, if I line up all the things that Katie did next to the stuff Steve's doing, he's way more of a monster than she ever could have been. And maybe that'll change in the future. Maybe it'll change. Still doesn't mean he's not evil. Because by definition, the man is. Okay? So one more time. The reasons that we thought we could gang up on Katie, even though that should have never happened. That's why gang up if you're right. Why gang up if you're right? The reasons that we thought that Katie did something wrong. Let's start with the accusation. Well, that actually is valid now, so you can't use that as a criticism. Goodbye. What about the strike against Leslie? Well, it turns out Leslie was breaking community guideline in that video now that I've actually been able to, process it, see it, and know what happened. So that could have been why things were a little bit hazy, too, when I would ask for evidence around it. But now that whole part of it is out the window. So now the two biggest catalysts for people to hate Katie are out the window. What about the screenshots, those infamous screenshots that person M and person X? You know what's weird? They knew this about Leslie's video. They knew Leslie's video deserved to be struck. You got me? They knew it. And if they knew that, then they must have known eventually somebody would call that out. And it's really weird to me. You get a really weak call out on Katie taking down a video that needed to be taken down because it broke guidelines. And all of a sudden, these screenshots come out that make Katie say this with no one. There's no one there that's backing these These screenshots literally have no one behind them. Until they have someone behind them, and not just a middleman, and not just the mama man, or not just the fifth person, the actual person, and they prove it, you can just throw that damn thing right out the damn window. It's looking like now we can put Katie up next to Steve McRae and really start judging who's the monster, who's the bad guy, who deserves to be exposed. And yeah, putting her down for the medication she takes. She can't drink a beer, but you literally have a rum and coke night. How hypocritical is it getting? At least she's not doing that on the other side, right? I'm sorry, dude. All of a sudden, the scales just tipped. And now Katie is in the clear, and Steve is the guy who needs to be exposed. He's the monster. He's the harasser. He's just all the things that he set out to fight against one day long ago. He's become it. Same thing that happened to Kyle. Same thing that happened to Kyle. And you know what? You know what's fucked up? From a dude that says that he logically breaks things down, no opinion is invalid, and he can argue anything, right? He's going to warp out what I said tonight, or if he doesn't, just ignore it altogether, while trying to turn you against me at the same time by like just saying I don't do this and I don't do that on my channel and all this. And then he's going to go live and he's going to bash Katie. You notice how he's not doing it on his channel today. I think he is starting to worry that his main channel might get taken down if he keeps doing it there. I didn't sign up for this. I didn't know it was going to turn in to some dude bullying some lady. But what kind of people are you? Who do you support? What do you support? You support that? Is that what this community has become, right? You know, I really like the people that were in that community, and I'm not going to hold any of them against any of them. I really did think you guys were all right and all cool, but if you support Steve McRae, I don't support you anymore. I just want to make this clear. If you support Steve McRae, I don't support you anymore. You got to unsub. The button's right below the player. You want to stop supporting me? That's fine. You want to get mad at me? Get mad. You want to expose me? Make a video. You want to flip out? Then flip. I regret ever meeting Steve McRae. If you watch me, I would ask kindly, if you're still going to watch him, to press that unsubscribe button and just head on over. And I urge you to watch my exposed video, because it's all coming out. Bye. You can go ahead and refund your super chats for tonight because I'm not reading them. Sorry. Have a good night, everybody. Appreciate you. See you soon. Be uploading tomorrow, and I'll be live tomorrow. See you in the after show.